guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about all of my spring reading plans, hopefully my hopefuls that I'm going to get to in spring. This video is going to be a little messy because I haven't even picked like a TBR. It's like a loose TBR, okay? Just like books that I'm excited to read soon. I might not get to all of them. I might not get to any of them, who knows? But these are just like, I just wanted to sit down and talk about books that I'm excited to read because I just had like a 3.5 hour long doctor's appointment. I'm really scared and I don't know how to distract myself other than sitting down to film. And of course my tortoise is in here today again and climbing, she's climbing things. But yeah, if I'm kind of all over the place in this video, that's why. I'm just not okay in the head right now, but the only way I could distract myself is just like filming and talking about books that I'm excited to read. I don't even have books like picked off my shelves or whatever. I'm literally just gonna go through and like pick them out as we're sitting here and I'm just gonna talk about them. So these are all the horror, extreme horror, thriller, lit fic, etc. books that I'm excited to get to soon. We all know that problem. And then I have like a bunch of new books just kind of stacked here. So these are, I got some books to read for vlogs. I'm going to be doing an unhinged woman vlog and I might actually be doing 2 separate vlogs. It might be split up into 2 videos. I've been super into unhinged women, femme rage books lately. So I have a couple here. First of all, I have these books. I've never read a book by Oteza Moshfegh before, but I got Eileen and My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I'll probably put these in videos. So this one is about this woman, Eileen. It says Christmas offers little cheer for her. She's trapped between her role as an alcoholic father's caretaker and then she is working in a boys' prison. She spends her nights and weekends shoplifting, stalking a buff prison guard, and cleaning up her father's mess. And then it's like this bright, cheery person named Rebecca arrives as the prison's new counselor and she becomes like obsessed with her. It says that there's a Hitchcockian twist. I am so intrigued by this. It sounds really good. And then this one, this is about this woman who, it says there's a hole in her heart and it isn't just the loss of her parents or the way her Wall Street boyfriend treats her, her sadomasochistic relationship with her best friend. It says she like, I'm pretty sure she goes to like a psychiatrist and they tell her that she needs to just like rest for a year. I don't know, is that what this book is about? But I'm super excited to read from her. She seems like a kind of like a Melissa Broder type, like people either love her or hate her. So I can't wait to check out her works. These are more like literary fiction. Michelle, girlfriend, get it together. You can't, she's trying to climb through glass because she doesn't realize that it's a wall. And some other books I have picked out: Hysteria, Lolly and Lady Vanity by Ali C. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I believe this is extreme horror, but it's about this woman. It says Lolly, she gets diagnosed with the flu and she's not expecting an odd side effect from her antiviral meds. She can suddenly see dirty halos around certain people's heads and they're all child predators. It sounds so good. And then Lady Vanity, it says perimenopause is changing Frankie's body and messing with her mind. Plastic surgery is too expensive and everyone has some kind of stupid advice. When Frankie stumbles upon a vintage electric knife, the Lady Vanity, at the thrift store, her self-improvement is suddenly a DIY project. This sounds amazing. This sounds so freaking up my alley. I can't wait to read this one. And then I picked up Ripe by Sarah Rose Etter. So this is another one I've been seeing like praised on Instagram lately. This is about this woman, Cassie. It says between long hours, toxic bosses, unethical projects, she's living like the corporate nightmare. And it says from her earliest memory, a miniature black hole has been her constant companion. It feeds on her depression and anxiety, growing or shrinking in relation to her distress. The black hole watches, but it also waits. She ends up unexpectedly pregnant at the same time of her CEO's demands cross into illegal territory. I don't know, this sounds crazy. I can't wait to check this one out. This one might be, is this more horror? I have no idea. Like a mixture of things. All of these books sound amazing. And then also A.W. Mason is coming out with a new like unhinged woman book. Julie Martin's Final Curtain Call. I'll pop it up on the screen here. I can't wait to read this one. Let me share the synopsis with you. Judy doesn't notice the dried blood on her hands, or maybe she just doesn't care. And those muffled shouts drawing closer, nothing more than adoring fans. The reality is something much more sinister than the fiction Judy believed sitting in her dressing room. Broadway reminded her that her youth and beauty had long since faded. In her final bloody performance, Judy decided to remind them what they were missing. Two failed showbiz marriages, traumatic industry affairs, and dwindling career have left Judy willing to do almost anything for the taste of success she once had in the 1960s. So now it's like 20 years later, she's taking the only audition her agent offers, a reading for Macbeth at a local theater. But when the audition takes a humiliating turn, I can't speak. Judy decides to put an end to a lifetime of cruelty and abuse endured at the hands of men who think they know what's best for her on and off the stage. Sounds amazing. I can't wait to read that one. So those are going to be like my unhinged woman books for my vlog. And then I also have, actually I have another one. I have Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. This has been on my TBR like month after month after month. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this one. So this one is about this woman who takes explicit photographs of the average looking men she persuades to model for her. And then she's invited to display her work at a fashionable London gallery. It says, the news instead triggers a self-destructive tailspin centered around her consuming relationship with her best friend and a shy young man from a local supermarket who has attracted her attention. I don't know what any of that means, but I've heard nothing but great things about this one. That's 6 books right there. I'll probably break it up like 3 and 3 for vlogs. Let me know. But yeah, probably reading 6 back-to-back unhinged woman books might be a little bit much. Michelle is just driving me crazy today. Olipop, if you're watching this, please sponsor me. I don't know who I need to get in contact with, but I would like them to sponsor my channel. Some other books that I'm like really excited to get to. Speaking of A.W. Mason, he sent me A Haunt of Travels, which is a horror short story collection. I'm not the biggest fan of short story collections, but I do like his writing, so I have high hopes for this one. And same thing with John Lynch, Woe to Those Who Dwell on Earth. This is another horror short story collection. I believe both of these are more like general horror. I think this one might have a little bit of extreme horror in it, but curious to see how I feel about these because I love both of their writing, but I'm like scared. I'm not a big short story girl. I also have the new Christopher Triana, The Old Lady. Actually, technically, I think this is like another unhinged woman book. I don't know what's happening to me. Should I vlog this one also? I don't know. This is about a woman named Tracy. She never wanted to come home. After the death of her estranged father, she returns to the remote cabin that she grew up in. Talks about how her father was a traumatized veteran of the Vietnam War. One day, hiking through the forest, teenager Alicia and her friends get lost in the snow and stumble upon a compound run by extremists. And then Alicia gets away looking for, this is very long-winded. She manages to escape and looks for help and comes across the cabin. And with the panicked girl banging on the door, Tracy is launched into combat mode, awakening her inner demons and PTSD. I don't know. They must work together to save her friends from the captors. What if this strange old lady is even more dangerous than the people she's escaped from? I don't know. This is a full-length extreme horror book. So looking forward to this one. I love Christopher Triana. We all know this. And then moving into, let's also talk about Judith Sonnet and Otis Bateman, No One Rides for Free, Absolute Chaos. They are sending me a copy. They did put a dedication in for me apparently, which is like literally the sweetest thing in the entire world. So I can't wait to read this. It's super graphic, disturbing, balls to the walls, extreme horror. Like, I've been reading, a lot of people got ARCs, and I've been reading reviews, and it's apparently like really disgusting and crazy. And also Chandler Morrison's new book, American Not Narcissist, why am I having a brain fart? American Narcissus. So this is, it says, the American dream is dead and LA is burning. Stoned and porn-addicted surfer Baxter is terrified of women and anxious to make things work with a sex robot. Acid junkie Arden has a useless philosophy degree and a doomed relationship he believes might save him. His younger sister is considering or resisting a convenient but loveless marriage to a wealthy, narcissistic novelist. Ryland, an alcoholic insurance exec with too much money, is seeking toxic solace in the arms of a dangerously unhinged subordinate. As wildfires rage, this lost and hopeless cast make their way through the embers of LA and beyond in a desperate search for meaning and connection in a world without a future. I love Chandler Morrison so much. You guys know this. You're probably sick of hearing about me obsess over him, but this book comes out May 14th. Moving on into some other territory here, I have a historical fiction, Kristen Hanna, The Women. This is a chunky book. This is 500 pages. I might not get to this one. Okay, so this is about the Vietnam War and about this woman who goes into the army. Her brother goes out to Vietnam to serve, and then she also follows his path. So this is about like women in war and how they can be heroes too. This is like almost 500 pages, so it says it shines a light on all women who put themselves in harm's way and whose sacrifice and commitment to their country has too often been forgotten. So I love Kristen Hanna's writing. You guys know this. And then this is a new thriller that I picked up called Baby X by Kira Pinkoff. So this is a sci-fi thriller. It's being compared to The One by John Mars, which I absolutely loved, and it's about DNA. So it says biological matter can be used to create life. Stolen celebrity DNA sells to the highest bidder or the craziest stalker. So it's about like people are modifying like celebrities' DNA and like creating babies with celebrities' DNA and I don't know, all kinds of crazy things with celebrity DNA and like stealing DNA. I don't know. It sounds like a wild one, and last I checked this got pretty good reviews, so I can't wait to check this out. Oh, I've really been looking forward to reading this one, Only Psychos by Daniel J. Volpe. This is about like these people in a hotel. They're trapped in a blizzard and every single one in the hotel. Is it a hotel? Yeah, it's a hotel, and like they're all psychos. I don't know. This just sounds, I don't know, it sounds really good. I don't know why. I've really been looking forward to reading this one soon. Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent. I do plan on doing like a backlisted thriller video. I don't know why I have so many vlogs planned, but if I get to this one, I would love to include this in a backlisted thriller vlog. I don't know, she like helps her husband cover up this murder or whatever. I don't know, but I hear great things about this one, and I loved Strange Sally Diamond, so I've really been looking forward to reading another one of her books. If that video happens, I do plan on probably just picking like 3 more random thrillers from my shelf, like backlisted ones that have been sitting here forever, and reading those kind of like mood reading, or I might pick them like out of a random generator or something, just to get through some of my backlisted books. Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. This is about a girl who she's really anxious. She comes across this flyer for free therapy at a Catholic church. But when she gets there, the father like assumes that she's there for a job interview. And then like, I think she takes the job because she's too embarrassed to correct him. Literally sounds like me. I don't know, and someone told me that the main character in this book was oddly similar to me, so I don't know what that means, but and then she like takes this job, and apparently it's for the receptionist who recently died a mysterious death. I don't know, this sounds crazy, but probably funny, and like, I don't know. I'm really excited to read this. 100 Days of Oppression by Rath James White jumps out at me. This is extreme horror. I forget what this one is about. I know it's like really meaningful, which I feel like all Rath James White books have some like meaning to them that I don't know. He's just such an incredible writer, and I just love that he throws commentary in there. Can you really imagine what it's like to be a slave? Erotic and psychological. Rath James White has created a new genre of BDSM novels. Natasha's found the man of her dreams. Kenyatta has given a sense of safety and opened her up to a new world of sexual experiences. Now that Natasha is comfortable, Kenyatta is raising the stakes on their erotic games. Take the ultimate BDSM challenge, but be aware. Once you open 400 Days of Depression, 400 Days of Depression, that's my life. 400 Days of Oppression, there's no safe word. Sounds like a wild one. I've been getting recommended that all the time lately. And then the other one that's jumping out to me that I have right now on Kindle is A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen L. Peck. But this is about you know, what happens after we die, which is a very terrifying subject matter, especially the state that I'm in right now with my anxiety about life. This is about the afterlife and how this man always believed he'd be reunited with his loved ones after death in an eternal hereafter, but then he dies and he wakes to find himself cast by a god he's never heard of into a hell whose dimensions he can barely grasp. A vast library he can only escape from by finding the book that contains the story of his life. I don't know, I've been getting recommended this one all the time. Also, it's just like horror with just really great commentary. It makes you think, it makes you emotional. So I can't wait to read that one. That one's a little novella. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. I don't know. I have so many books, like even just looking around, I'm like, oh yeah, I've said like for the past 6 months that I was gonna read that book, and like I'm slowly trying to make my way through like things that were sent to me, and I don't know, I'm just feeling very overwhelmed with life lately, and I'm just trying to read books for videos and such. But yeah, like I said, I will update you on everything in the future, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you guys. I'm sorry if this video was a mess. I don't know if I'll get to all these books. I don't know if I'll get to any of these books. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll decide to read other random books that I own. But yeah, I just needed to sit down and just talk about things that I'm happy and excited about. And yeah, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.